Hi, this is Dionne Warwick, and you're listening to Soul Booking Cool.
Welcome to So Booking Cool. In this episode, I chatted with music legend, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and author. She has 56 Billboard hits. She's won many awards, including 5 Grammys, and most recently this year, she received the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Recording Academy. Her new album, She's Back, is due this year. She is the one and the only Miss Dionne Warwick. Stay tuned for the interview.
So excited to have you here, Miss Dionne Warwick. Thank you so much. And I have to say, what were your thoughts on this year's Grammys?
Well, it was very interesting. There were moments that were really just sensational. And, it was the Grammys, what can I tell you?
Mm-hmm. And what do awards and honors mean?
Well, I don't call them awards. I call them rewards. And it's what you receive for doing something that merits it. I think anyone that receives an accolade from, especially their peers, it's a very, very important reward for doing something good.
And what are the proudest moments of your career, by the way?
Well, I don't know if you would call it my career. The proudest moments was the birth of both of my boys. But, the moments, of course, the first Grammy, the first gold record, the first platinum record, first standing ovation at a concert, they're all very special.
And speaking of which, with your son, he is a part of your new album, She's Back, right, Damon Elliott?
Yes, he produced it.
So what can you reveal about She's Back, the new album that will be coming out this year?
It's, I'm in love with it. I really am. It's the first time, I've said that about maybe 4 or 5 of my projects, and I've had many, but this one is very, very special. I'm doing new material. I have a couple of duets with young men that are apparently prominently known within the industry and had a desire to sing with me, which I find wonderful. One is Music So Child, and the other is Kenny Lattimore. And we had a wonderful time in the studio. Wonderful.
Wow. So do you have the first single in mind? By the way, I got to hear, What the World Needs Now, the newer version. It's spectacular.
Yeah, that is the single. That is the new single.
Yeah, and that will be out March 1st.
Yes, I'm thrilled about that. Not only is it one of the songs that's very, very dear to my heart, but it's something I think that everybody in the world needs to hear.
Yes, and expand on that, Miss Warwick. Why do you think? Yeah.
Well, it's such a turmoil. The entire world, not only. I can only speak about the United States. And we're going through a period of time that I haven't seen or heard since the early 60s. Discrimination, segregation, white supremacists. We've got a president that doesn't seem to recognize what's going on or has no desire to recognize it appears, which makes me very sad because he is the leader of our nation and not looking at what is going on around him or paying attention to it or doing something about it, which he has the ability to do. I'm kind of befuddled about it all.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Our world just needs love. It really does. That's the calming force of anything. Show somebody that you really care about them.
And you have, as we address, you have hits for days. And I would just like to know, which of your songs do you think have connected with people the most, and why do you think that is?
I really have been blessed. I've been able to bring a message with words that were written by a wonderful, wonderful lyricist, Hal David. They all had hope and happiness and, joy. Even the songs that had unrequited love, there was a solution to it. And so I feel that I've been sort of a messenger of, let's get it together, kids,
Now, is there a biopic in the works?
Yes, it is.
That's exciting. That's exciting, Miss Warwick.
Well, yeah, you got all the questions you need to know. Everybody, I know about Dionne Warwick. Well, maybe you don't. I think you'll find out about Dionne Warwick in the biopic.
It's being filmed now, or it's just...
Yes, it's actually being edited now.
Edited now. Wow. So what are your thoughts on biopics, and what is something that you want people to get out of, like, your story hitting the big screen or, each screen?
I think that, what people think will kind of be given the opportunity to now know. Everybody has their own opinion about everything. And until you go to the source of what your opinion is about, you really don't know. I think this will kind of let people know who and what Dionne Warwick really is and who she really is.
And LaToya Luckett is going to portray you, right? Is that?
Yes, that'll be in the film. Yes, she is. I'm thrilled about that. She's very excited about being a part of the project, and as she is.
Miss Warwick, also, as we mentioned, you are also an author. Would you write another book?
It took me all this time to think about even writing a book. That's something I have always shunned and said, I'm not going to do that. But I was kind of, everybody, why don't you write about this? Why don't you write about that? And, so I did. And I don't know about another book yet. I'm sure there's another one in me, but I have to figure out which one I want to talk about.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad that you did write one, though, regardless.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course, Miss Warwick. You recently said, nobody appreciates you if you don't take ownership of what you are doing.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
It's very true. What is the inspiration behind these words, and why do you think that is something that is so true to people?
If you, and I say it to my children and my grandbabies, you'll hear people say, oh, I want to be like, I want to do like, I want to sound like, I want to act like, I want to dance like. And my opinion is that you can't be anybody but you. So that was the advice I was given by Lena Horne. Be who you are, because I can't be anybody else.
How important is mentorship, too, by the way, speaking of Lena Horne? And I know also you underwent the mentorship of Frank Sinatra and, others.
Yeah. I mean, the icons of our industry who basically just embraced me, which was amazing. I felt so loved and so protected. I was just taught that this business that we're in can be very, very deceiving. And unless you approach it in a civil way, with an open mind and knowing what is right and what is wrong, those are the people that kept me, informed. Lena Horne, Marlene Dietrich, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. The list just goes on and on and on. And I was just one of those fortunate children, and that's what they referred to me as, that they felt they wanted to embrace, and they did. So I'm, again, truly blessed that I had those people in my life.
And at this point, did you undergo this mentorship after you studied music in college, Miss Warwick?
Yeah, when I recorded and finally was out on the road, doing performances, I happened to be fortunate enough to be in the company of those people that basically just kind of took care of me.
Because I was going to ask, do you think that people who want to be artists should consider getting an education in music before or while they're starting in music, a career?
I don't think it would hurt. In fact, it didn't hurt me. In fact, it was a major help to me because of the musicianship of Mr. Burt Bacharach. And the way he wrote, and the fact that I had the ability of reading certainly helped me to get through all of those incredible songs that he wrote for me to sing. And
what is the key to longevity as a songstress and as a legend as yourself, Miss Warwick?
I wish I could answer that question. I really do. I don't know. I really don't.
It's honest, yeah.
I think if I had to give an answer of any sort, it would be, as I said, or as was told to me, be who you are and be consistent, knowing that it's not going to be given. You have to earn it. And that, I think, is can become kind of a mystique to most of our babies today who are entering this industry. They think they're entitled, and they're not. I'm standing on the shoulders of the major people who started this industry, basically. And, all my peers who have been in the industry for the period of time that I have. I've been in this industry now 56 years. And my shoulders have gotten pretty broad. I think I've learned a few things that I could impart. But, the children who are out here now feel that they invented this industry. And there's still a lot they have to learn. But, that's their decision to make.
Wow, that's a powerful note to end on, because I know I can't keep you, but Miss Dionne Warwick, everyone, thank you so much for chatting with So Booking Cool. It was such a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure, Joel, and you take good care.
Thank you so much. I would love to speak with you again in the future as well. Everyone, make sure that you stay abreast of Miss Dionne Warwick's new album, which will be out, She's Back, as well as the biopic. There's so much great music for you guys to appreciate with her that already does exist. And thank you to all the listeners. Until next time, So Booking Cool.
Hi, this is Dionne Warwick, and you're listening to So Booking Cool.